You open the Airline app, and within seconds, your stomach drops. Every good seat blocked. What's left? A graveyard of middle seats in the back. And that glowing button? It's practically begging you to pay extra just to escape. Feels like bad luck, right? It's not. That seat map is designed to corner you. Every empty spot, every taken seat, it's all part of a system built to pressure you into paying more. And for years, it's worked. But here's what most travelers don't realize. An aircraft isn't random. It's a controlled environment with patterns, rules, and hidden advantages, if you know where to look. In this video, we're exposing the 15 unwritten rules airlines don't want you to understand. By the end, you won't just pick a seat. You'll know exactly how to outplay the system every single time. Let's get into it. If you want more travel tips like this, hit subscribe. 15. The algorithm illusion. When you see a sold-out seat map months in advance, you are being manipulated. The airline divides seats into 3 tiers: taken, monetized, and temporarily blocked. They hold back massive blocks of inventory for weight distribution, elite status members, and algorithm-driven upgrades. The map looks terrifying on purpose, nudging you to pay for an exit strategy. The code: do not panic, buy a premium seat. The system is mathematically forced to release those blocked assets as departure closes in. Patience is your primary weapon against artificial scarcity. 14. The tail-end biological hazard. People often choose the back of the plane hoping for an empty row. This is a catastrophic miscalculation. You are stepping into a logistical nightmare. The final rows often feature zero physical recline because of the rear bulkhead. Worse, you are stationed directly inside the lavatory splash zone. You are subjecting your nervous system to a constant stream of foot traffic, heavy doors slamming, and the psychological fatigue of strangers hovering inches from your shoulder. The fix: unless you have no other choice, establish a strict 3-row buffer from any lavatory or galley to protect your acoustic and biological boundaries. 13. The pendulum effect. If turbulent air induces physical panic or nausea in you, the back of the plane is the worst possible place to sit. Think of the aircraft's fuselage as a giant pendulum. The front and the back are the extreme ends. They suffer the most violent kinetic swings. The sovereign move: you must anchor yourself to the center of gravity. The smoothest mathematical ride is directly over the wings. Before you confirm your booking, cross-reference the cabin layout. Find where the wing lines up. Secure an aisle seat to maintain a steady visual baseline, and stabilize your gut biome with ginger. It is cheap, scientifically proven biological insurance against a ruined flight. 12. The acoustic splash zone. You aren't just exhausted from the altitude. You are drained from being trapped inside a flying food court. Cabin noise is not random. It radiates from the engines, the passengers, and the crew's tactical outposts, the galleys. Sitting forward of the engines is structurally quieter, but if you sit right behind a forward galley, you trade engine hum for the sharp, unpredictable clatter of service carts and crew crosstalk. The strategy: window seats are fundamentally quieter. Because they remove you from the primary traffic artery, you must insulate yourself from the noise vectors. 11. The isolation versus mobility binary. There's a constant debate, window or aisle, but the truth is, there's no universally right choice. It all comes down to what your body and your situation actually need on that specific flight. The window is your psychological fortress. You control the light, you get something solid to lean against, and no one is bumping into you in the aisle. The aisle is logistical freedom. You can get up whenever you want, stretch, hit the lavatory. No awkward apologies, no climbing over strangers. The rule: function beats comfort every time. If you deal with stiffness, need to move often, or have a tight connection, the aisle isn't optional. It's the smart play. 10. The spatial bracket maneuver. If you are flying with a partner, booking 2 adjacent seats is a rookie mistake. You must deploy the bracket. Book the window in the aisle, deliberately leaving the middle seat open. The middle seat is the absolute last piece of inventory the algorithm assigns. If the flight isn't at maximum capacity, you have just seized an entire row of real estate. And if a stranger is placed between you, you hold all the leverage. Offer them the aisle or the window. It is a psychological negotiation they will gladly accept, and you still end up sitting together. 9. The middle seat sovereignty. When the system wins and you are forced into the middle, you do not suffer silently. You execute a strict survival protocol. First, the middle seat legally and morally commands both armrests. The window gets the wall, The aisle gets the exit. The middle gets the armrests. Claim them early to anchor your physical space. Second, deploy noise-canceling headphones immediately. It is the universal biological marker for do not engage. Third, manage your microclimate. The middle seat traps ambient body heat between two strangers. Wear layers so you can medically regulate your temperature. 8. The concealed override. Here is a high-level mechanical secret not found on any official airline diagram. Run your hand beneath the aisle or middle armrest, right near the hinge. Many modern aircraft conceal a tactile release button or lever there. Press it, lift the armrest, and you instantly regain crucial inches of spatial geometry. It makes exiting the row effortless and dramatically expands your physical footprint. The code: sit down, buckle up, and perform a 3-second tactile sweep. If the button is there, you just upgraded your space for free. 7. The bulkhead paradox. Bulkhead and exit rows are marketed as the ultimate economy upgrades, but they come with hidden penalties. The bulkhead gives you no seat in front of you, meaning no one can recline into your airspace. However, it also strips away your underseat storage for takeoff and landing. More critically, this is where the airline installs bassinets. You are trading legroom for a high probability of infant acoustic distress. Know what you are buying before you lock it in. 6. The data ghost protocol. Let's destroy the myth of the free upgrade. Showing up in a tailored blazer does not work anymore. Gate agents are managing a complex, high-stress logistical algorithm. If a flight is oversold and the cabin needs rebalancing, the system searches for the path of least resistance. A solo traveler is a data ghost, the cleanest, easiest puzzle piece to move. If you want to be selected, approach the agent calmly. Offer extreme flexibility, do not demand. Instead, be the solution to their operational headache. 5. The temporal release window. Because airlines hoard good seats, your timing must be surgically precise. Do not just check the map when you book. You must log in the exact second that the 24-hour check-in window opens. This is when the algorithm dumps its first wave of withheld inventory. If that fails, check again precisely 12 hours before departure. The system is constantly reshuffling as business travelers cancel and connections are missed. Vigilance at these specific timestamps is how you beat the paywall. 4. The raw data verification. The airline seat map is a curated marketing tool. It will actively hide the flaws of the cabin. It will not tell you about the window seat missing a physical window, the row with paralyzed recline, or the missing power outlet. The fix: you must use third-party raw data. Spend 2 minutes crossing your flight number on Airlopa or seatmaps.com. Verify the physical layout. Do not trust the corporation to warn you about a defective product. 3. The connection sprint vector. If you have a 45-minute layover, your seat assignment is a matter of operational survival. The front of the aircraft clears first. Every row further back costs you real, quantifiable minutes. The strategy: you must secure an aisle seat in the front half of the cabin. You cannot afford to be trapped against the window, waiting for a sluggish row mate to retrieve their overhead bags. Speed dictates survival. The aisle provides the necessary launch pad. 2. The airframe biological advantage. Your physical environment dictates your fatigue. If you have a choice between an aging legacy jet, like a 767, and a modern composite airframe, like a Boeing 787 or an Airbus A350, you must choose the modern jet. These specific airframes are engineered to run at lower pressurization altitudes with vastly superior humidity. It prevents the brutal biological attrition that leaves you dehydrated and heavily jet-lagged. The machine you fly in matters just as much as where you sit inside it. 1. The tactical augmentation. Even the best modern seat is ultimately a rigid, unsupportive frame. You must augment your environment. A rolled-up jacket wedged into your lower back completely changes the lumbar geometry of the seat. Noise-canceling headphones sever the draining cognitive load of the engine drone. And for flights over 4 hours, compression socks are a non-negotiable medical necessity to maintain vascular flow. You cannot control the seat's design, but you can control your biological response to it. Flying isn't supposed to feel like something you just endure. It's a system. And once you understand how the seat map nudges your decisions and how your body actually reacts in the cabin, you stop playing along and start taking control. What used to feel like a stressful metal tube becomes something you can manage, predict, and even optimize. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the worst seat choice you've ever made? And how did it affect your entire flight? Or have you ever managed to outplay the system and land the perfect spot? Drop your experience in the comments. Your insight helps everyone fly smarter. And if you're ready to take control of your travel experience, hit like and subscribe. We break down the hidden rules every week so you never feel like a powerless passenger again. Safe travels, and remember, fly smarter, not harder.